Got a new shirt today. It's a bit tight on me, actually, but it does link very closely to the last one, and I think it's kind of an obvious one. But yeah, put it down in the comments below. If you'd like to be part of our channel membership, you can join the 1893 Club. There should be a join button below this video if you've already subscribed. By clicking that, you get a lot of little extra perks being part of this channel whilst also supporting it. So if you're interested, click the join button under this video. But if you would like to support the channel in a more traditional way, you could do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link to that is in the description. And of course, all donations are much appreciated. And I'd like to give 2 shout outs to people who have donated recently. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. P. Durkin, who's donated 5 beers to the channel. Thank you very much for your support there. And also, I'd like to thank Ali Round, who's also donated 5 beers to the channel as well. And Ali says, thanks so much for all of the great Gills content and keep up the good works. Das Vlog ist ganz toll. And if you don't speak German, that pretty much means the vlogs are great, or really great. Thank you very much, Ali, and of course, Mr. Durkin, for your generous donations. And if you would like to reach out to German Gills, you could also use our WhatsApp. The link to that is in the description. You could use that. You could leave a message. You could leave a voice note. You could leave even a video to be part of our German Gills Fanzone, which is just before the kickoff segment of this video. Yeah, I will also reply to all messages you send. So the link to that is in the description down below. Welcome to German Gills. Gills took the long trip to Barrow for our match-up this afternoon. Your German Gills show will bring you a live match reaction today from your host, Reese. As Luke now favours Harris, the question remains, will his predicted lineup match with Niels against a formidable Barrow side? German Gills is coming live from Duisburg, Germany to see if they can maintain their winning form at Holker Street. Schön, dass du da bist und los geht's, Gills! Welcome to the German Gills show as Gillingham take the very long trip up to Barrow. I don't think Gillingham would have done this for about 40 years, this trip, but it's going to be an interesting game. Barrow in a bit out of form at the moment, Gillingham really in form. Be interested to see how this one unfolds. I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of today's game. Thank you very much for stopping by on this German Gills show. And if you'd like to follow our socials, you can do so on Twitter. We're on Deutsch Gills, and of course, we're on Instagram, which is German Gills. If you would like to go straight to the live match reaction, use the chat that's at the bottom of the video to navigate around. Now, Luke's predictions have been very close throughout the whole season. Let's see if he can get a full house again against Barrow this afternoon.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Luke's 11. Today we travel to Barrow, who currently sit 10th in the league and still have a chance of getting into the playoffs. Their home form this season has been of playoff contention, sitting 7th in the home league table, and over the last 10 games has seen Barrow win 4, lose 3 and drawing 3 also. After Sean Williams' 94th minute winner last Saturday and making it 7 wins in the last 8 at Priestfield, I'm hoping we can turn that home form into our final few away games. There's no doubt the win against Carlisle was our performance of the season, and the boys should take massive pride out of last Saturday. I'd like us to continue that momentum and go with the same lineup and formation as last weekend. So that being said, I'm going for Glenn Morris in between the sticks, Che Alexander at right back, a centre-back partnership of Max Amer and Connor Masterson, with Robbie McKenzie continuing at left back. In midfield, match winner Sean Williams, Tim Diang, Alex McDonald and Aidan O'Brien, with Oliver Hawkins and Tom Nichols up front. Another tough game, especially away, as I've just rightly mentioned, with Barrow's home form pretty good. So score prediction from me this week, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw and to bring a point back down the road to Priestfield. Los geht's, Gills.
If you would like to be part of the German Gills Fanzone, you can send your clips into the German Gills WhatsApp to be part of something like this.
Good afternoon, Reese. Hope you're well. I think today's game is going to be 2-1 Gills. I know it's going to be a tight game. I think Sean Williams and Tom Nichols just up the Gills. Look at Gills.
Hi guys, this is Matt from the ME7 podcast. I reckon today we are going to potentially go up to Barrow and nick a 1-0 win. I'm actually going to go with Abrahams to score our goal today. Come on, up the Gills.
Let's head over to Holker Street for today's live match reaction. Los geht's, Gills! So we're about to get underway here at Holker Street. It's the first time I've seen Holker Street on iFollow like this. The first time Gills have played this since 1972, actually, where they lost 1-0 on April the 8th, that was. And we've got one score prediction today on the text. We have Jackson, as ever. He's going for a 0-0 today. And to be honest, I'll be happy with that, a clean sheet coming away with a difficult place like Barrow. But let's see. Let's hope we get a goal. It's for Gills. But let's see how this game unfolds. So throwing for Barrow on this right-hand side very early in this game as it's bouncing around, and Gills could be, according to Action Defend here, Gills could be falling 1-0 down, and my goodness me, within the first 1 minute, Barrow have had their first opportunity, and on another day that goes in the bottom right-hand corner. Gills were not awake there at that defensive moment, and very lucky in my opinion, actually. The ball came in from the right-hand side. It was a massive scramble in the box, half headed away, I think it was, by Mackenzie, actually. And Dieng just gave it back to the strikers of Barrow, and managed to put it wide. And that is, I hope that's an early wake-up call for the Gills, because if that's about 10 or 20 minutes into this game, I reckon that it's the back of the net. Barrow coming down this right-hand side. They've got a bit of momentum coming forward. This could be dangerous, and Gills with a clear line. This could be very dangerous. It's a decent save by Morris, and another decent... it wasn't a decent save. It's gone to the back of that at the end. And it's, I have to say, unfortunately for Gills, it just wasn't working. Going forwards, there's nothing really happening at the defence. The last sort of 8 minutes, Barrow have just been pounding Gillingham's defence. And it was a turnover play, actually, because Gillingham did have a bit of momentum going forward. It was a turnover. The ball down the right-hand side was an absolutely brilliant one. I think it was to Warren, for Barrow. It's to Warren, I believe, 21, yes. And the ball came in the box. Decent delivery. I mean, Gills, they're a bit sleepy. And there's an overlap at the back left. Decent save by Morris. And it's... it is a bit unlucky, because I think it was someone on the line. I think it was Amy who blocked it, went back into Glenn Morris, and that could be chalked down as an own goal by Morris, and that is unfortunate if it is so. But as it currently stands, it's Barrow 1, Gillingham 0, and I have to say, Barrow deserve it. There's a great kick forward by the Barrow goalkeeper. What a ball that is. What a chance Barrow got here. It's a shot on target, and it's saved by Glenn Morris. And I have to say, at this point, we're about 25 minutes into this game, and it's been pretty much all Barrow. Gillingham have offered nothing going forward, and Barrow are looking like the team who are really trying to create something. They're playing really nice football, Barrow, as well. They're not lumping it forward. That was quite an exception, actually. They're not lumping it forward. They're trying to work it through the box. I think it's Warren's a really good player for Barrow on this right-hand side, who was instrumental in the goal they scored. But I have to be honest, Gills are not really showing much prowess. They're not showing much attacking intent at the moment, and this needs to improve. It feels very much like when we played Walsall a few weeks ago. Still 1-0 Barrow. Warren's got the ball for Barrow on this right-hand side. He puts it straight into the box. Not a bad delivery. Gills have not defended that very well. Barrow take another shot. Decent save by Morris. Another good block by McDonald. And Gills just about clear their lines. And again, Gillingham are just holding on to this 1-0 loss at the moment. And there's a player down for Barrow. But Gillingham getting away with it again. My goodness me. Gills need to really up their game. Still 1-0 Barrow. Gills got the ball in the centre of the park. Can we create an attack? There's nothing really on the right at the moment. Now McDonald's offering for Chad Alexander, but Alexander's going alone for the minute. He's giving it to McDonald instead. McDonald's going to try and find a way. He's going to O'Brien, who's venturing for one side of the pitch to the other to be part of this attack. And I don't think Gills are really creating much at the moment going forward. Can we create something here? It looks like O'Brien's got the ball. He's going to shoot from distance. So he's going to give it to Mackenzie. He's going to shoot from distance. It goes over the bar. And that is going in the highlight reel. That's the first meaningful attempt Gills have had in this game so far. And that is half-time. So as it currently stands, it's Barrow 1, Gillingham 0, and it really has been Barrow the whole half. And I have to say, I think it's Warren on the right-hand side that's been instrumental in most of Barrow's play, and he's been excellent. And Barrow have just been showing actually that they're 10th in the league at the moment, and showing that they really are warranted in that position. They are a very tough side to break down, and if they continue in this manner into the second half, I'm pretty sure they're going to walk away with 3 points. But I have to say, Gillingham really haven't offered much apart from one shot from Mackenzie that went over the bar, and again, it's looking more like a Walsall performance with nothing really to show for any real sort of half-hearted work, and Gills need to really step it up in the second half, and I imagine that Harris, if he has a plan B, should be implementing it at half-time with a couple of changes, because at the moment this long ball game is not working, and it needs to change. At least get Hawkins on if we're going to take that approach, but hopefully he can only get better in the second half, surely. We're about to get underway for the second half, and Abrahams and Che Alexander has gone off, and instead we've got Hawkins on and Tutondra on. It just wasn't working in the first half. Long ball wasn't working, and it looks like Plan B has been set up by Harris. So we'll see how this pans out for the second half. So throwing for Gillingham on his right hand side, taking on McKenzie. Can we flick it on and create a goal? It's gone across space of foul. Can Nichols get a shot on target? Oh, it's just gone past the right hand post. It's the first proper attack that Gills have had in this first half, and actually it's the best chance we've had in this game so far, and it comes from Nichols. And Gillingham are looking much more tidy and much more meaningful going forward in this first half. So hopefully we can build on this and try and get a goal and get this back on level terms. A decent shot by Nichols, just couldn't quite get it on the inside of that right hand post, unfortunately. But it is Barrow 1, Gillingham 0, but much better start from the Gills. McDonald's got the ball on the right-hand side. He's got a run there from and Brian. He's got the ball in the box. Can Gills get something here? He needs to find a little bit of space. He's got it across the box. It's been blocked and gone back to McDonald. McDonald goes back to O'Brien, back to McDonald, back into the box, and someone there to meet it. It's headed by the goalkeeper. It's scrambled around, nearly an own goal by Barrow. Much better from Gills. I think the ball's going to still stay in play for Tutonda to pick up. Back to Williams. Can Williams get in the box? Gone back to Tutonda. And Gills got a great chance to get something on goal here. It's headed by Hawkins. That's gone high and wide and not very handsome. But Gills are looking much better in this second half. Whatever change Harris has made, it's making Gills much more prolific in front of goal, especially going forward. If we keep this up, I'm sure we will find an equaliser somewhere. I mean, it's a good. It was really good play here because it looked like that Gills had lost the attack. It's gone back to McDonald. Good little 1-2 there. Decent ball in. The keeper had to scramble over and get it. Didn't really get a punch. And then it was Warren who nearly put it in the back of his own net. But luckily for Barrow, their defence will let it clear it away. Much better from Gillingham, even though Barrow still lead 1-0. So Gills going to put his ball into the box on the free kick. It's going to go to the back post. Oh, Nichols just couldn't quite reach. It was a lovely flicker, and I think it was by Dieng. And Gills just, an inch away from equalising in this game. It was a lovely move from Gillingham, but unfortunately, it didn't go in the back of the net, and it's still 1-0 Barrow. It's going to be dangerous for Gills as Barrow come forward now on a rare movement as it's Gordon with the ball. Number 10, he takes a shot, decent save by Morris. It was good work by Barrow, but, you know, what Barrow have done in about 15 seconds there, Gills haven't really managed in the whole of the game. And that is to get essentially a decent shot on target. And it's a great clear-cut opportunity for Barrow. They feel they probably should have been 2-0 up, but Gills fell asleep there in defence, and it's good work there. It's a really poor header by Amer, actually, who essentially puts it in the lap of number 16. And it's a good ball through as well to Gordon, and he gets a shot on target, forces Glenn Morris into a save, and if it could have bounced anywhere, luckily it went to McKenzie, who cleared his lines. But my goodness me, Gillingham nearly went 2 down to do good, and it looks like Will Wright's about to come on for the Gills for the last 15 or so minutes. Still 1-0 Barrow. There's a corner for Gills on the right-hand side. This is the first corner of the game for the Gills. It floats to the back post. Here it goes! Yes! And Gills are scoring Hawkins! What a goal that is! Oh, not Hawkins, it was Masterson! Apologies, Masterson with a bullet header. And with Gills' first shot on target and first corner of the game, they have equalised it, and they're right back into it. What a header that is by Masterson. Unbelievable header, and all the Gills fans that have made that long journey up have got something to celebrate. We've all got something to celebrate. I thought it was Hawkins with his height, but it was Masterson with a bullet header straight down the centre, and Gills have equalised this game at 1-0. And to be fair on the balance of play, Gills have been better in this second half, Barrow better in the first half, so with the score being at 1-0, so far in my opinion, that sounds about right. It's Barrow 1, Gillingham 1 thanks to a goal by Masterson. Well, it's going to be Barrow coming forward. Now they found the corner taker again. He's going to go out of the box like he might shoot himself. Barrow can score a lot of the late goals, and they found one this time as well. And Gillingham's hard work to get the equaliser has been undone. And Barrow have scored a lot of late goals this season. Gillingham got one last game, and we are on the end of the wrong side of this one, unfortunately. And Barrow looks like they're going to walk away with 3 points and keep their playoff push alive as they work towards that 7th place. It's a really good goal actually by Barrow, and Gillingham they fell asleep a little bit at the back here. They let Barrow play and come at them, and as they shoot from distance here, It's a good it's a good block initially, but then another good shot by Barrow as well. Puts it in the top left-hand corner. And I have to say, it was always going to be either a decent goal or it's going to be a scrappy one that was going to win it. It was the former in this instance. And as a result, it looks like Barrow are going to walk away with all 3 points. It currently stands at Barrow 2, Gillingham 1. So long ball forward here. If Gillingham get to the end of this, they might be able to create something. It's going to go, has to go forward now, but it's going to be cleared away by Barrow. And looks like that is full time. And it ends Barrow 2, Gillingham 1. And yeah. A kick in the teeth for Gillingham. So it ended Barrow 2, Gillingham 1. And you have to say, you know, you could look at it from a Gillingham perspective and say that we didn't deserve to walk away with absolutely nothing from the game. But you can see it from a Barrow perspective and go, actually, they probably did enough throughout the game to to get the win, considering they were all over us in the first half. And in the second half, they weren't all over us, but they had their opportunity. They had more shots on target than we did. So actually, on the grand scheme of things, even though it was a real kick in the teeth, do you know what? I think they just about deserved that victory. But, you know, it's one of those things. We had Carlisle last week and we scored right at the end of the same minute as well and to win the game. So we're just on the end of that, and it's not a nice feeling. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. It's going to happen to us again, and it's going to happen the other way around as well, and that is football, unfortunately. We come out in the second half and we did have some bite and we did have some vigour going forward. It just wasn't to be, and I just don't think it really clicked for us throughout the whole game, and we didn't really have a controlling aspect throughout the whole game, which if we did, would have a better showing for ourselves and hope and well, should have got something from the game as a result, but we didn't, and it ended with a defeat for Gills on a very long trip away to Barrow. I just want to say as well, any Barrow fans watching this, thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the best luck in your promotion push, or at least in the playoffs. I think most Barrow fans would agree that you're overachieving at the moment, and that's a good thing, by the way. I'm not having a dig because you've really shown yourselves as a good team in this league. So congratulations to you guys, and good luck for the rest of the season. As for Gills, I think we're pretty much safe now, and hopefully, I know results around the thing have gone our way as well. So just trying to see this season out, and hopefully we can get 50 points. Thank you very much for watching, and if you would like to join the 1893 Club, you can do so by clicking the join button, which is underneath this video. If you would like to support the channel in the more traditional way, you could do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link to that's in the description. Thank you very much if you consider donating, and of course you can contact us through our WhatsApp. The link to that is in the description. I'll reply to all messages that you send via there. And as ever, it's been a tough one for some reason today. Los Gates Gills.